When hope seems far away, when the road ends in front of you, when fear surrounds you and the future feels closed, remember this truth. Our God is the God of all possibilities. At the Red Sea, his people stood trapped, water before them, enemies behind them. No bridge, no escape, no strength left. But God spoke, and the sea opened. What looked like an ending became a pathway to freedom. Where there was no way, God made a way. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, a place of death and darkness. Yet God sent his angel. The mouths of lions were shut. Night passed and morning came with victory. What was meant to destroy him became proof that God still saves. 3 Hebrew boys stood in a blazing fire. They refused to bow to fear. They refused to bow to idols. And in the flames, a 4th man walked with them. Fire lost its power. Chains disappeared. Because when God steps into the fire must obey. A woman suffered 12 long years, weak, broken, and forgotten. One touch of Jesus' garment changed everything. Pain turned into praise. Disease turned into healing. Faith opened the door where medicine had failed. A small shepherd boy faced a mighty giant. No armor, no sword, only faith in the living God. One stone flew and the giant fell. Because victory does not belong to strength, it belongs to the Lord. Lazarus lay in the grave 4 days, wrapped in death and silence. But Jesus called his name, and death released its prisoner. Life returned, hope was restored. Nothing is too dead for God to revive. Paul and Silas sat in prison, beaten, chained, and locked in darkness. But at midnight they sang songs of praise. Suddenly the earth shook, chains broke, doors opened. Praise turned the prison into freedom. A widow faced losing her sons to debt. Only 1 jar of oil remained. But God multiplied what she had. Every vessel filled, every debt paid. Lack turned into overflow. This is who our God is. The God who rescues, the God who restores, the God who turns impossible situations into living testimonies. When life says there is no way, God says, watch me. For it is written. God will also make a way to escape. 1 Corinthians 10:13. I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Isaiah 43:19. For with God nothing shall be impossible. Luke 1:37. Is there anything too hard for me, says the Lord? Jeremiah 32:27. So whatever sea stands before you, whatever fire surrounds you, whatever prison holds you, whatever grave hides your dream, remember, God is the God of all possibilities. He always comes through. He always comes for our rescue. He always makes a way where there is no hope. God bless you all.